After days and days of record heat, now a storm is rolling in today. It'll bring with it some much needed rain, but also the threat of flooding. Maria has all the information we need.
The official mourning period has begun. We are live in London to show you how the UK and the world is remembering Queen Elizabeth II.
And this morning, tiny homes designed to help veterans get back on their feet burned to the ground, taking so many dreams with them. We'll have that story and much more on Good Day LA at 7.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Friday, and welcome to Michaela's last day on Good Day LA.
Last day on Good Day LA.
You
the
sound
hair
not
is
too happy.
Why were you
No, because I was really, look, so part of this has been, you know, doing my goodbyes properly with all the team here, and we're going to do ours later because we don't want to be weeping at this point. But the people behind the scenes, and also clean out my office. I was a sweaty mess in the office yesterday, and so I forgot about the fact that I have to do TV. It's a minor miracle that we pulled this together, so I'm just giving a little
Well, you were in
PTO.
early this morning.
Well, it had to give an extra hour to the hair.
Well, you look good. And you got your nails bedazzled. Like,
And did you see what I wore?
Oh, thank you. That's so
no,
sweet.
thank you. Roxy gifted this really beautiful bracelet to me, and I thought it would be really nice to have this with me today.
Forever.
Forever and ever. Okay, enough of that. There is stuff to talk about weather-wise. And Maria, it's so crazy to think about the fact that we were dry, and now all of a sudden, here we come with water, and we do have to worry about some of the burn areas with all the water that's going to come.
Some serious weather. Again, were we talking about some relief, right, from our heat wave? We still have quite a bit of heat and humidity out there. We've got the clouds, though, and this is all associated and part of the relief that we're going to be expecting a little bit later on this afternoon. Looking at our radar, we're picking up some of that moisture up here on our radar, mostly out towards the lower deserts, up into the higher elevations, definitely some clouds. The cloud cover helped us to stay quite warm during the overnight hours, and it may still be around tonight, so the excessive heat warning could be extended through tomorrow morning as we expect some of those warmer temperatures during the overnight hours. But right now we're waking up to 85 in Burbank, so yeah, it's hot. It's 83 in Ontario, 86 in Corona, 76 in Santa Ana, 75 in Long Beach. But look out. Rain will be headed our way, and it'll be more widespread as we get into the latter part of today into tonight. In the meantime, we're still looking at hazy, hot, humid conditions with those temperatures well above average, 90s, and plenty of those triple digits. We'll talk about the thunderstorms headed our way, talking about the tropical storm that we're watching that's nearby when I come back. In the meantime, let's check in on that drive on this Friday. Samada watching our freeways. Hey, Samada.
Yes, hi, good morning, Maria. And speaking of your drive and the coming rain that Maria mentioned, you want to make sure your vehicle is in tip-top condition. Make sure you check the tires and, yes, and the roadways as well. Some roads will be damp later on this afternoon. We're looking at the westbound side of the 210 at Baseline Road. The HOV lane is currently blocked due to an incident. You can see the back up, some moderate and heavier delays behind that crash. So we're going to help you out with drive times as well. Westbound side of the 10, leaving downtown to get to the west side. It's going to take you 41 minutes, but your drive on this Friday looks pretty good coming out of areas of Gardena as well as the Diamond Bar area coming from the West 60 into downtown. Only 26 minutes. Live Caltrans camera will continue to keep tabs on that. Some potential for wet roads once again, similar to what we saw yesterday. Careful out there. Back to you.
What a difference 24 hours makes, right? So crews across Southern California are busy this morning. They're trying to prepare for the storm's arrival. Travis Rice is in Long Beach this morning where berms are being shored up. Travis, yeah, it takes some preparation.
Michaela, good morning. Yeah, Tropical Storm K will thankfully not make landfall in California, but its effects are still being prepared for here in Long Beach. Now, this is the peninsula. This is kind of like the south end of Long Beach. This is one of the areas where we have crews right now essentially finishing compiling the sand for a berm here that is going to hopefully keep some of the rising water that's expected here from not just Tropical Storm K, but also high tide. High tide here at 9:44 a.m. this this morning. It's also our understanding that they do this every year, but they might have done it a little earlier this year because, again, of Tropical Storm K. Now, Tropical Storm K has already made landfall. It made landfall when it was a hurricane in Baja, Mexico yesterday evening. 70-mile-an-hour winds, heavy rain. It definitely had an effect on that area, but again, it thankfully dissipated and then kind of boomeranged back out over in the Pacific, and that's where most models have it kind of going to finish its existence. Now, we've been talking to people all day around here, or all morning, I should say, people kind of finishing up their morning exercise. And really the most noticeable thing here about this area, especially Long Beach right now, and I'm sure a lot of people on the coast will feel it too, is just how humid it is. It's 76 degrees here right now, but 61% humidity. I've lived in the South for a little bit, and this is definitely one of the stickier days I've felt in California, and especially in my life, honestly. So, Michaela, back to you.
Yeah, this humidity is no joke. All right, Travis, thanks for taking a look at that for us from Long Beach.
All right. In the meantime, we are keeping close watch on the two major fires burning in Southern California. We begin with this. The Fairview fire near Hemet has burned more than 27,000 acres. Expected on Monday. Two people were all from one family. 12 structures have been destroyed. Nearly 19,000 are threatened. Here's a look at the Radford fire south of Big Bear. Officials there holding it steady at just under 1,100 acres. This one, though, is 40% contained at this point. The evacuation orders were downgraded yesterday to evacuation warnings. Want to remind you, we are going to stay on top of the weather forecast, of course, all morning throughout the weekend, on air as well as online. You can go to foxla.com. You can also download the new Fox Weather app if you haven't done so already. It has exclusive features like 3D mobile radar that actually lets you go inside of the storm, plus alerts on weather events happening near you. Download it now. Also, you know what? Join us tomorrow morning if you're an early riser for a special edition of Good Day LA, starting at 5 a.m. as we track the storm.
All right, the announcement of Queen Elizabeth II's death continues sending shockwaves around the world. The longest reigning monarch in British history passed away at her summer home in Scotland yesterday after her health took a turn for the worst. Today, King Charles begins his royal duties and will deliver a speech this morning on his mother's passing. Lauren Blanchard is live in London with more on today's speech and how the Queen is being remembered. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning, Sandra. Yeah, just a couple of moments ago, that is when we saw King Charles III officially walk into Buckingham Palace as the new monarch. It has truly been a day showing it is not only the end of one era, that is the late Queen Elizabeth II, but now the beginning of King Charles's reign. As you mentioned, we'll have that speech a little later today.